is Ebony, I'm from Stoke and I've been a Muslim for just over a year and a half. I'm not atheist because I did believe in something, I just didn't know what. My parents were not really religious at all. My mum was more so towards the end of her life. I drank at home with my family. It was a very normal thing. The only interest that we had really was drinking, was going out, was dating boys. And the first time I thought about Islam was probably 6 months after my sister took her Shahada. The change in her was everything. Even from family members, they said that she was a disgrace, but she was so confident. I lost friends. I got to the part where my name is Ebony, I'm from Stoke and I've been a Muslim for just over a year and a half. So living in Stoke as a non-Muslim is easy. Everybody's the same. So yeah, it's since becoming Muslim that's changed. The Muslim community where I am now, we have moved so we are a part of a Muslim community and everybody around is amazing. So my religion before was nothing, atheist. Well, not atheist because I did believe in something, I just didn't know what. My parents were not really religious at all. My mum was more so towards the end of her life, but again, she was the same as me. She always believed in something, and I think being in England, you just naturally go to Christianity. My mum started going to church and doing things like food banks, and I think that was after she separated from my dad, so it gave her somewhere to go and to make friends and things like that, and it was just close. And it was, again, because she's white British, I think it's just the religion that people go to. But she never felt the questions that she had either, so I never followed. So my life before Islam was very much, again, the typical atheist life. I went to the club, I drank. Again, I drank at home with my family. It was a very normal thing. My friends, I've changed all my friends. My whole community has changed since becoming a Muslim. They were friends from school, and the only interest that we had really was drinking, was going out, was dating boys and the dramas of just a typical teenager, really. I enjoyed clubbing. Late nights, ending back up at the takeaway at 3 o'clock in the morning. Even there, they were having debates about religion there and things like that. So the first time I thought about Islam was probably 6 months after my sister took her Shahada. The change in her was everything. She again was just like me. She was going to the club, she was doing things, and she just completely changed as a person. A whole attitude, like we used to steal things from each other because obviously that's what sisters do. She stopped doing that. She just become a really calm, confident person in what she was doing, and considering the whole world outside were not very nice to her, and even from family members, they said that she was a disgrace, but she was so confident in who she was and what she was following. That's when the debate started. So, yeah, around 8 years ago. So my questions for her were more, are you doing it for somebody else? Which I think a lot of revert sisters get, which now looking back, she definitely wasn't, because she looked at Christianity, she looked at Buddhism and other things like that. And again, she was single at the time. There was nobody on the scene. She just separated from a long-term partner. And yeah, she was just into it straight away. And I was happy. She was the best sister that I'd ever had from there. So when my sister became Muslim, it was during Ramadan. And she was fasting and it was really, really long days. And there was one day we were sat down with my mum and we were like, you do realise she is Muslim now? And she was like, no, she is not. And she started crying straight away. And she was like, no, she isn't. She's just doing it to do it. And I was like, no, she is Muslim. So then my sister had to come home from work and say, of course I'm Muslim. Like, how do you not know I'm Muslim? Like, so, yeah. But she was upset again. She took it up on thinking that she was being extreme and she was being guided by people around her, which wasn't the case. She was seeking the knowledge. Nobody was coming to her. She just did it. But my mum at the time was not very happy. She was more upset. She was really, really sad. My mum passed away 4 years ago, but it literally, again, because she changed so dramatically within 6 months. You couldn't not love her, you couldn't not enjoy being around her, you just gravitated towards it, you gravitated towards the hard conversations. Even my mum became interested, and she was asking the church, well, why is it this way in that religion and not this way in this religion? And yeah, so she started looking into Islam as well, but she didn't take a Shahada just before. My sister was 100% the spark. For me, for my husband, for my brother, who reverted recently, it all stems from her. When I wanted to take Shahada, I had a 3-year-old. I was in a relationship that I'd been in for 6 years, and it wasn't initially me that brought it up. So I was living like a Muslim because
the work of supporting new Muslims continues year-round, and you can be part of it. Over the past 5 years, iERA has been blessed at being able to introduce Islam to more than 400,000 people. These individuals need our constant support as they navigate their new faith. Your contribution of £50 to support one new Muslim gives them essential guidance and support. Click the link below, share the video, and let's go back to that interview, shall we?
Over the years again, because my sister was so influential, I started fasting. I stopped eating pork. I stopped drinking when my mum passed away, which was, like I say, 4 years ago. And then I got to the part where, now looking back, it was Shaitan. He must have known I was close, and I wanted to go out partying. I was ready to be a single mum. I was going to leave my partner, who I'm now married to, and I was like, I'm just done. Like, I won't go live my life. And we separated for a week, and he was like, let's talk about it. We need some guidance. It's always been there. Let's do it. And I think because he took the initiative, and it must have been so much scarier for him because my family was so used to it and his family wasn't, that it was the best time that it could have happened. So the day I took my Shahada was 2 weeks after my husband. So we had actually been to see Beyonce, and we said we'll talk about it there. We'll a bit rekindle. We'll discuss where we want to go with our relationship and our family moving forward. And he come back. He jumped straight into the mosque. He was giving me dawah every day, so was my sister, so was her husband, and he took his within 2 days of being back from Cardiff. And then for 2 weeks he was like, are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? And then Alhamdulillah, I did it 2 weeks after, and I was just sat at home. I didn't go to the masjid. I did it at home with my sister, with her husband and my husband, and my nephews, my daughter, and I just did it sitting on the sofa, and it was everything. I lost friends, but I gained sisters, so Allah is the best of planners. So after my sister became Muslim, she soon after met her husband. I soon after met my husband now. So they've been together as long as we've been together. We've had the debates. It's not been a quick process. It's been years in the making. It's been constant debates, constant arguments at times, constant dawah given to us now, looking back. And the last year, just over a year and a half ago, it was just seeing the peace, seeing how she's raising her children, seeing how she is as a mother, how she was as a daughter. Like, you don't know until you experience it, so you can't help but want to be a part of it. So, like I say, my husband took Shahada, I took Shahada, my brother took Shahada. It was 6 years after she became a Muslim. But then within a year, me, my husband, my brother, my children, all were Muslim. And inshallah, some more sisters are looking into it. So my sister always wanted me to become Muslim. She never rushed me. She never begged me. She never pushed me to the point where I was uncomfortable, that I didn't want to talk about it no more. She waited, she was patient, she put her trust in Allah now, I know that for sure. And like I say, we did it with all the children there, so it was just so calm. And then I got back home and she sent me this big message, how she'd wanted it for me for years, and alhamdulillah, Allah answered the du'as. The way I heard about this retreat was very last minute. I would never have come to anything like this. I don't even feel confident going to the masjid. My husband come home, he says, I've booked this, we're going next weekend, I've booked the day off work on Monday. It's at a reduced price, so we could come. And we're going, and I was like, I am not going. You are going, I am not going. But alhamdulillah, I found the confidence to come, and I'm so grateful I have come, and it happened when it happened, because I felt myself drifting away from Islam and not practicing it in the home. So, and my daughter is so excited to learn, and her friends are Muslim, and now I can go home and I can teach her, and she's so proud to be Muslim, even at 5 years old. So, mashallah, I can go home and now start teaching her, and I can't wait to put it into practice. The root of it all, it's where it all comes from. It's the reason it is the fastest growing religion, because alhamdulillah, people find the time to talk, to teach, to learn and give that time, and it saved my life. Islam saved my life, it saved my husband's life, our family, our future generations from everything it could have been. So I'm just so happy I am Muslim. My message to those non-Muslims who are considering even looking into a religion, considering to take the Shahada, if you are this far, you already know what's in your heart, and Allah will guide you and block out all of the outside noise, because none of it matters. You come into this world on your own. You're here on your own and you go out on your own. That's what I would say.